Hello Halifax. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what happens if you've decided it's time to make the move, time to downsize, you want to put your house to market, sell it, move to more suitable accommodations. The question is, when you list your house, should you or should you not do a pre-list inspection? Today's video, we're going to talk about why you probably should do a pre-list inspection. Generally speaking, when you put your home for sale, some sellers will do a pre-list inspection, some won't. Some take the view that, well, the buyer's going to do it anyways. Why would I spend the money to do it? There are advantages. If you're selling your house, there are advantages to consider doing a pre-list inspection. We're going to talk about some of them today. Now, if your home is newer, it's only a few years old, maybe it's not as big a concern to you. Maybe you're willing to not do a pre-list inspection. That's fine. On the other hand, if your home is an older home, if it's 50, 60, 70 years old, it may be very worthwhile doing it because there could be some things wrong with the property that you're simply not aware of. So let's talk about the advantages of doing a pre-list inspection. Number one, the big one is it lets you identify and address the issues earlier, before the buyer finds out when they do their inspection. So you have a chance to repair the item before the house goes on the market, or at least if you're not willing to repair it, you can get a quote. We can disclose the issue to the buyer, give them the quote, show them what upfront what it's going to cost to fix, and then of course maybe negotiate on that point. But it allows us to get ahead of the issue. If the buyer does their own inspection, discovers a defect, they are either going to ask you to fix the issue, they're going to ask you to reduce the price, or they may even be overwhelmed and decide to terminate the sale and walk away, and we have to go back and look for another buyer after it's fallen on inspection. A situation you preferably would want to avoid. By handling these problems in advance through the pre-list inspection, it just will make a smoother transaction for you. Number two, it'll increase the marketability of your property. A pre-list inspection report can be used as a marketing tool to instill confidence in potential buyers. We're going to put sign writers up. We're going to tell them it was pre-inspected. We're going to make a copy of the inspection report available to the buyers and their agent. And it just shows more confidence and transparency from the seller. So it is a benefit in that aspect to do it. Buyers, if they've had a chance to look at the inspection report, it makes them feel more comfortable to putting an offer in on the property. Advantage number three, some buyers will not include an inspection clause in their offer. If you've pre-listed your property, they don't do a second inspection. Now, to be clear, the fact that you do a pre-list does not in any way, shape, or form stop the buyers or prevent them from doing their own. They have the right, if they put that clause in the offer, to do their own inspection. However, some buyers, because they want to make their offer look stronger, particularly if they're in a competing offer situation, they'll elect to not put an inspection clause in their offer just to make their offer look stronger in the hope that you'll accept their offer over somebody else's. And as a seller, if you're taking an offer with no inspection clause, it's to your advantage because you know they're not going to come back after the inspection looking to reduce the price. Which is a perfect segue into number four. It reduces the risk of renegotiation. I've mentioned this before, but when the buyer finds defects, a lot of times they're going to look to reduce the price or have you do the work, or as I said, even walk away. If the buyer is looking to reduce the price, for example, typically they're going to want to know what it's going to cost to fix that problem, which means we'll have to get quotes from contractors to figure out what it's going to cost to fix this problem. This takes additional time, can take longer to firm up your deal, and can drag out the selling process. So by having the pre-list inspection, you're going to eliminate the risk of renegotiation and typically make the sale close or firm up a little bit faster. And number five, it gives you negotiating power. Okay, your property becomes more desirable. You potentially would get more interest in it. You'll get better offers. So it generally is better for your negotiating to have one. As I've said before, If you have issues, you can choose to fix them, and potentially this will add some value to your property. Alternatively, if you decided not to fix the issues, just simply disclose them and then price it accordingly, you now can use the inspection report to justify your asking price if you're going to ask the buyer to buy the house as is and deal with those issues on their own at a later date. If you have any questions on pre-list inspection, don't hesitate to reach out. My name is Roy Thomas. I'm with Sutton Group Professional Realty in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I work at halifaxseniorliving.ca. If you have any questions, please feel free to give me a shout. You can reach me at 902-497-3031 or visit my website at www.halifaxseniorliving.ca. Thanks very much. Have a great day.